Howdy y'all, I'm Anna with I Was Right, and in today's video, we're gonna be talking about Camp NaNoWriMo, April edition. So, hi, how are ya? My name's Anna. I've never done Camp NaNoWriMo, and I'm trying to change that fact about myself. If you are like me and you've heard of Camp NaNoWriMo, you've seen the videos about Camp NaNoWriMo, and you go, I don't know what that means, girl, why? Yeah. I'm gonna briefly talk about what Camp NaNoWriMo is, briefly, and then go into kind of like my goals, the vlogging schedule for Camp NaNoWriMo, as well as kind of some self-care that I'm doing and that y'all may be interested in. What is Camp NaNoWriMo? You're probably tired of me saying NaNoWriMo because you're like, okay, that's like the November thing. It is not November. You're right, it's not November. The difference between like the Camp Nano and like the NaNoWriMo Nano is that with camp, you get to set your own goals. With the November NaNoWriMo, you have your goals set for you already, and that is 50,000 words, and by God, you're gonna get it. You may be sitting there like, this sounds like goal management. This doesn't sound new to a writer. However, during camp, which occurs in April as well as July, you have an opportunity to join communities, to join different forums, to join different threads, where you can talk to fellow writers more easily. Camp is a great time for more social writers. If you want to talk to people about your writing, you want to talk about like, any suggestions for like this obscure thing without going to the very friendly Reddit, you can do it during camp. Fun fact, Camp Nano is a lot friendlier for people that are working on multiple projects at once. Also, it's a lot friendlier when it comes to like revision. Another big difference between Camp NaNoWriMo and November NaNoWriMo is that with November NaNoWriMo, you're supposed to start a new book, a new concept for the month of November. For Camp Nano, you can be like halfway through your book and you can go, yeah, I think I'll do it. And boom, it's totally fine. With that out of the way, let's talk about goals during Camp NaNoWriMo. Now, I said earlier that Camp Nano, you can set your own goals. You may see people on AuthorTube, you may see people on Instagram that are talking about Camp Nano and talking about how they're gonna set goals in time, they're gonna set goals in pages, they're gonna set goals in word count. There's so many ways that you can measure your goals for Camp Nano. However, if you go to the website, there is one unit of measurement, and that is words. Since Camp Nano is more of a kind of goal setting month, it's not so much a you better write a novel in a month kind of a thing. You just kind of have to work with the word unit measurement. Oops. I personally am going to be measuring my Camp Nano success in minutes spent sprinting or minutes spent intensively writing. Some days when I just get like really in a writing mood where I'm just like pouring my brain onto the page, I can't stand sprints. I feel like they interrupt me. That's why I kind of have that little asterisk right there after sprinting. So April has 30 days. So whatever you think is a feasible amount of time you can spend, amount of words you can write in one day, multiply that by 30, bada boom, there's your number for your Camp Nano project on the NaNoWriMo website. My goal is 40 minutes of sprinting a day. That breaks down to 1,200 minutes of sprinting for the month of April, aka 20 hours of writing. And if I take my average word per minute that I produce during my sprints of about 30, in theory, I should have 36,000 words added onto my document, onto Ashes. So you may be wondering why I decided on 40 minutes of writing a day. I kind of have a goal for writing that's 5 days of writing for an hour each day. That's about 300 minutes of writing across the week. If I do 40 minutes of writing 7 days a week, that brings me to 280 minutes of writing, which is very close to my goal of 300 minutes a week. Now, me personally, I am going to essentially reset my minutes for the week that I'm trying to make up and stuff every Monday. What I mean is if on Saturday I've written for, we'll say 200 minutes, and then on Sunday I write for 90, that brings me to 290, which is a little bit more than my 280 goal. I don't have a surplus of 10 minutes going into the next week. I start back at 0 out of 280 for that week. That is a personal preference. That's not normal, I don't think, for like most Camp NaNoWriMo people. That's how I'm choosing personally to measure my minutes and to make sure I'm on track. Because looking at a month-long goal really intimidates me. On to self-care. Self-care for Camp Nano isn't going to be the same as self-care for November Nano. The reason is November Nano, you have that very lofty goal of 50,000. It's very intimidating for most writers, and it often results in a burnout. However, with Camp Nano, since you get to pick your numbers, you get to be like, that's what I'm gonna achieve for. That's my goal. You can set the bar a little lower and you can use a different unit of measurement for it, aka using minutes, using paragraphs, using sentences, instead of just using word count. But still, I'm gonna tell you about what I plan on doing for self-care going into Camp Nano. First off, I plan on going to the grocery store and just splurging a little bit on some healthy snacks that I know I like to eat, I know I like to nibble on while I'm writing. This isn't gonna be the dramatic, I'm going to go buy all my frozen food. I'm gonna make sure that I will keep myself fed for Nano, because it's a much more achievable goal of just sit down for 40 minutes, you're done for the day. Instead of, okay, we gotta hit basically 1,667 words today. The second thing I'm gonna do for self-care is I'm personally gonna take a few days off in April around my birthday. I'm gonna take a few days off from work. I'm gonna take a few days off from writing. Another thing I'm doing for self-care is going ahead this week, next week, and editing my Friday videos. That way I don't have that stress and go, oh, I can either write for 40 minutes or, oh my gosh, I can spend an hour or 2 hours getting this video out. And the last thing I plan on doing for self-care is going and spending times with my friends. I don't want to just fill all my free time with my friends, but I do have a few opportunities throughout the month of April that I know of that I can go hang out with friends and that I can volunteer with friends and have fun. Lastly, vlogs. If you didn't know, I post vlogs on Tuesdays, aka like this kind of day, and then I post kind of general AuthorTube writing advice videos on Fridays. I was kind of thinking, what if I did 2 vlogs a week? No. We're gonna do 1 vlog a week. We're gonna call that good. May have a special Friday video at the end of April, because I think April ends on the 30th this year. So we're gonna look at that. But I'm not gonna do daily vlogging. I'm not gonna do every other day vlogging. I'm just going to do my usual weekly with a kind of early month-end video. I'm really excited for Camp Nano. I'm very intrigued by the concept of measuring by time spent writing and not like words produced writing. It's a totally different ballpark for me. I'm very much so looking forward to it. I will have the link to the official NaNoWriMo.org website, which is literally that, down in the description below if you want to check it out, if you want to have an official program, join the forums. So question of the day, are you going to participate in Camp NaNoWriMo this April? Is it your first time participating? Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. It means so much to me, and let's get ready for Camp Nano. Bye. Oh, and as always, let's get writing.